my name is Tamra, and I just want to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about our family and the journey that God has taken us through. About 4 years ago, Jo and I went through the Experiencing God study here at church, and at the time we had Trey, who is now 10, and Addison, who is now 7, and I was also doing the Nehemiah study through Miss Janet's Bible study, and I just remember going through this and thinking that there was something that God had for our family, but not really knowing quite what that was. And I remember just kind of praying that God would show me the direction and show me what He would have for us to do. And I remember being in my kitchen one day and just kind of praying and literally just falling to my knees and just realizing that I was being completely disobedient to what He was calling us to do, that I was saying that I would follow Him, but that we really weren't doing anything to show for that. So Jo and I started praying about it and trying to figure out what that looked like for our family. And a year later, we actually opened to become a foster family. And we've been open now for about 3 years. We've had around 14 kids come in and out of our home, and we've also adopted 2 girls through the process, Annalise, who is now 4, and Grace, who is 3. We also have a foster child down in the nursery right now. We usually have a toddler, and she is 2. And through this process, we started kind of growing together as a family, but I was still kind of telling Jo that I was still praying about what else God may have for our family. And I told him that my prayer now was just to open up opportunities for me to be used, open up opportunities for us to serve. And, Jo was great with that. We were praying together about it, but he was really more trying to get settled into the new family of 6, sometimes 7. And so we were just kind of taking it slow and going down the path of where God may lead us. And God was so faithful during that time. I was able to get more involved in committees around Central Arkansas, we started Fostering Hope here at the church. And through all of this time, God was so faithful to open these doors. But it really kind of hit home this summer. Jo came home from work and we were sitting outside. It was one of the nights that you could actually sit on the back porch and it not burn up. And we were talking, and he just looked at me and he said, "This is too easy." Those were his exact words. He said, "This has become way too easy. This does not feel like this is all that we are supposed to do." And, when I say that, it was one thing, but when I heard it from him, I immediately thought, oh my goodness, he's going to quit his job. We're about to move overseas. Like, things are about to get real. But I just remember we were talking and we realized we were on the same page. We just didn't know how to get there. And so we started praying together. We just committed to just more time of prayer together and Bible study and going through God's Word and trying to figure out what that would look like. And in the meantime, I was serving on the women's committee here at the church, planning committee, and also working with Fostering Hope. And just through some conversations with Jonathan, I just realized that, God was definitely leading me more into a ministry position with outreach and with serving, but I still wasn't quite sure how that would look. Having been able to be on the women's planning committee, I've been able to attend the events, and what I've loved about these is just the ability to get to know each other better. The spring women's retreat, I remember I sat at a table with a couple of ladies that I knew really well and a couple of people that I was so excited to get to know better. And when we left there, we all exchanged phone numbers and we kept up with each other, and over the summer started a nighttime Bible study together, and just the fellowship that formed out of that, and just realizing that there are so many relationships to be formed and to be made. And so I still don't know exactly what God has in store for me a year from now, but I know that He is so faithful when you will take one faith step after the other to just walk alongside you and guide you along the way.